episode of Shade Tree Projects. And today, nothing is as fair as the Bradford pear. Yeah, we're making pear wine, and that was my attempt at being poetic. So, to get things started, once again, we're going to need a bucket. Our pre-sanitized bucket. Place it on the floor. Gonna need a knife. We're gonna do these pears a little different. If I adjust the camera, you will see how I'm gonna do it. Our pear. Prepare the pear. Alright. We got our pears. And what we're gonna want to do is half them. Then quarter them. Oh, I better tell y'all. Well, don't attack you with the knife. Better tell you, we have washed, scrubbed, and washed all these pears so that they'd be clean. And what I do is I take the seeds out. I don't think you necessarily have to take the seeds out, but I've heard some people say that the seeds will put an off flavor. And who wants an off flavor? Not me. So, if you can tell, we're doing this right on our compost bucket. Put our cutting board right above it. Okay, once you get them to this point, bunch of quarters. Quarters. Okay, then we're going to chop them into about 1 inch by 1/2 inch pieces, skin and all. And yes, they look like potatoes right now, but they're not. Alright, we take our bucket and we'll just dump them in our bucket. Alright, we got about 8 more to do. Alright, we've prepared the pears. Prepare pears. And you might think, what does pear wine pair with? Well, apparently, I don't know. I've never made it. We are going to use our pectin again. It's going to our fruit is not frozen, so we need something to break down the walls of the fruit, which you guys have heard me say before. So we're going to take ourselves 2 tablespoons of pectin. And that should break down everything. Y'all have seen me do this a million times. And you're probably getting pretty bored with it. Of all the different kinds of wines. Here we go. And you know, making 200 gallons, I got to thinking, that's going to be a lot of videos of different kinds of wine. So, I mean, and really all wine is exactly the same. You just sugar, yeast, water, fruit, or yeah, any fruit. And you make a wine. Yay, you're all done. Nothing real complicated. Pour in half your sugar. Oh, we got 4 pounds of sugar here. So pour in about, I don't know. That looks like half. There you go. And kind of swoosh her around. It's on top of your pectin. Today, we're going to be using just regular tap water. You say, well, why do you got it in a jug, Roger? And Roger says, because that way I can measure a gallon. Otherwise, I don't know how to measure a gallon. I guess I could just pour it in the bucket and say, oh, that looks like a gallon. But, for the sake of science, that's what we'll call it, for the sake of science, I am doing it this way so that I got good measurements. Man, oh man. Nothing like hearing water dump into a bucket, huh? yep, this is just plain old city tap water. Now I'll get a spoon and give this stuff a stir. Because we got half our sugar in there, we got all our fruit in there, and we got our pectin in there. So what we want to do is, boy, I am really close up to you guys. Let me back up. That way at least I don't scare the small children. Jeez. All right. We want to stir this until we get our sugar dissolved. And this stuff is at room temperature-ish. Okay, now we got 3 gallons in here. I've backed up enough to keep the children safe from big old scary man. And we got our pectin and half our sugar in here. If you're tired of watching me make different kinds of wine, because it's, once you see the fruit, the surprise is over. It's all over then until we taste it, you know. I got a couple great announcements, or big announcements. Tomorrow, I get my hydrometer. Woo! So we'll get to start telling you what we expect to make and expected alcohol level, and once it's done, what alcohol we got. All right, and the other thing is if you're bored with watching me make wine, which I can see that. You know, I'm not an exciting guy. I'm, you know, old and chunky. You can check out my son's channel. It's CK Projects. He's a mead guy. I ain't going to dabble in the mead arts, but he does. And another thing we're going to start doing, ta-da! Every Friday, we're going to post a video, probably on both channels, but especially on his, probably. But, hell, whoop, zip, beat that number. But heck, I'll probably put it on mine too. But, there you go. We're going to taste a wine and a beer that nobody's ever heard of. And some of his meads, we'll test them too. In front of y'all. Every Friday we'll have something new to test. And we'll tell you if it's, we'll give you an honest opinion, not as wine connoisseurs, not as mead connoisseurs, and not as beer connoisseurs, but as regular people. You drink it, tastes great, drink it, tastes like urination. Yeah, there's some beers out there that taste just like that. But anyway, back to this one. But don't forget to check out CK Projects. I almost blew that. Because he's a mead guy, and he's just started his channel, and it's a pretty cool little deal. I don't make mead because it's too expensive. To be honest, he buys these jars of honey right here. The cheapest 3 pounds of honey he gets is about $14, and it can go all the way up to $52 a pound for honey. So when I buy sugar, I can get 25 pounds for $14. So that's why I make wine. But he's independently wealthy, and I'm not. So here we go. We're going to pour in the rest of our sugar. We got 3 gallons in here now. And what we're going to do is pour in the rest of the sugar. Now you're never, because it's been sanitized, you're never, here, never going to get all the sugar out of it. See how all the sugar's, you can spank it, you can do whatever you want. It's still going to have sugar in it, see? So what you do is you take the last part of your water, the last of the 4 gallons of tap water, and you pour it around in there, getting off all the sugars, all the sweetness. And once you get that sloshed around a little bit, set it to the side. Grab yourself a yeast packet. And it's 4 gallons, so we're using a whole yeast packet of Red Star. Platinum. We're still on this. The next wine will have a totally different kind of yeast. So, woo! Stars. If I had graphics I could put on here, all kinds of cool stuff would be happening. We are going to pick up a bunch of yeast tomorrow. And along with the hydrometer. So we'll be working with champagne yeast and all different kinds, and we'll know which one we like the best. And with the hydrometer, I'm probably going to buy 2 hydrometers too, because I bought one and it broke like in 2 batches. So anyway, set this up here to the side. Let it do its thing. Grab your water. Finish filling your bucket. And I'm going to have to show you guys this because I use gallon containers. So it should be 4 gallons, right? Yeah, because I measured it with them. Half my fruit is at the bottom and half my fruit is at the top. But you're not going to believe. And I know what you're going to say before I show you. Maybe I'm not even going to show you. You're going to say the fruit is taking up space. Therefore, the bucket can't hold 5 gallons. Really, I didn't know if he was going to say that. It just came to me as I was sitting here talking to you. That maybe that's why I can only get 4 gallons in a bucket with enough headspace to let this stuff cook. Because, man, if I was to put 5 gallons, we'd need a bucket around this bucket. All right, let me get this all stirred up. The yeast is starting to foam up. Once we get that, we'll put a lid on it, put our information on it, and we'll say goodbye. So, when I get to that point, I'll bring the video back. All right, hang on. We have waited the allotted amount of time. We got a good head on our yeast. Good foam head. I guess that's what you'd call it. And we'll just sprinkle it around the top. Then we'll take our pitcher just to get the rest of the sugars out of it. And we'll make a big old mess. You know, that part's the funnest part about making wine, is the mess. Then we take our sanitized lid with our S-lock that's already to the right level. And boom, we are done. And this stuff is cooking quick. If you can see that, it's already cooking. Positive pressure already, so this may be a quick batch. I don't know. This stuff is as new to me as it is to you. But anyway, that's pear wine. I don't know what it'll pair with or taste like or anything. I've never made it. So we're going to find out together. I want to remind y'all, if you made it this far in the video, hit the thumbs up even if you didn't like it. Because nobody's going to know you did it. It'll be like a secret between us. And share it with somebody. Now, they're going to know you shared it with them. But if it's somebody you don't like and you want to really just jam up their phone, you can share this video. I don't mind. I'll jam up somebody's phone. It's fine. I don't care. Be sure to tune in on Fridays because we're actually going to try and give you an honest opinion because we're broke and we're regular guys and we drink beer and wine and everything we can find. No, just kidding. We're not a bunch of drinkers. But we do drink. And we want to give you a true... You know, I've watched these guys and they are not quite so honest. And I watch a lot of things that are happening right now and it's not that honest. So, if you want something honest, check us out on Fridays. We'll be honest. And we'll tell you if it's good or not. And if it's not on this channel, it'll be on CK Projects. Just a C and a K Projects. That's my son's channel, and it'll be on there. The last thing we got to do now is we take a piece of paper. Only one, though. And I'm not very good at this. There we go. And we put down today's date, because I wasn't doing this before. And I got to tell you, I had a little bit of a problem with the blueberry and the blackberry. Put down today's date. I don't need to put the year, just today's day and month. And what it is. And that's about it. We know in 7 days, in 5 to 7 days, pull the fruit. So we'll put pull fruit. Pull fruit on 5, okay, we'll just add 6 days to that. That way we're right in the middle, safe zone. And I want to thank y'all for tuning in to another wine try, or another 4 gallons towards our 200-gallon goal. I hope you tune in Fridays, because we'll be tasting some of these wines, and you'll know for sure if you should try them or not. Meads take a little longer, so I don't know if we'll be doing them right off, but we will be doing them. He did make a mead back in December, like early, maybe even November. I'm not even sure. One of them months. And it may have aged enough for us to give it a sample. It'll be on there. That's about all the time I can take up out of your day. So I appreciate you. And please keep following. These videos got to get better. I got to have a revelation or something where I can figure out what to put on to interest you. So if you got any ideas, put it in the comments. I'll see you later. Bye.